Hello everyone, and I'm absolutely thrilled to launch the second week of our Summer School 2022. We loved the first week looking at Eric Whitacre's music. Well, this week we are taking a trip to the opera, and we have a panoply of delights for you to enjoy. Everything from high comedy to tragedy to religious ecstasy through to perhaps the greatest piece of operatic writing in history, and all crammed into a week of delights. We'll start this morning after a quick warm-up with a sing through the pack, and those of you who've got your score packs will see that we're doing something a little bit unusual this week. We've got some pieces designed specifically for tenors and basses, and another piece for sopranos and altos. Now, of course, if you are a 10 alto, you're very welcome to record for Behold the Lord High Executioner. And if you're a gentleman who's got a half-decent falsetto and you'd like to record for Three Little Maids, well, you're welcome to do that as well. But we will be teaching the Lord High Executioner from the Mikado in the tenor and bass rehearsals only. So if you would like to take part in that, you'll need to come along to the tenor and bass rehearsals. We then have with Drooping Wings, which is the final movement of Henry Purcell's incredible Dido and Aeneas, one of the most important operas ever composed, and certainly, I think, one of the greatest ever English operas. We then have the Easter Hymn by Mascagni from Cavalieria Rastakana, which again is a very, very well-known piece. The soaring lines, absolute beauty, and that is going to be a wonderful, wonderful piece for us to learn. A bit of a challenge, I think, in terms of the Italian, but of course we will take everything very slowly. We'll work through the words together, and by the end of the week you'll be singing along beautifully in the Italian. And then we have Three Little Maids by Gilbert and Sullivan. This is also from the Mikado, and this is aimed specifically at sopranos and altos. So I shall be teaching this piece in the sop and alto rehearsals only. Again, tenors and basses. If you have a good falsetto and you want to come along and sing that lower part, please feel free to do so, but you'll need to come to an alto rehearsal to learn that. And then we have two more pieces. I'm actually, for the purposes of this course, I'm going to invert the last two pieces in the pack, and I shall explain why. We have the Modern Major General. I am the very model of a modern Major General from the Pirates of Penzance, which is being sung by Philip from the London Festival Opera. Marvellous, marvellous performance, and we are putting in the chorus parts only for that one. A bit of fun, a bit of a confection really, and just a great laugh. And then we will finish with Nessun Dorma from Turandot. That just iconic, monolithic aria from Act 3 of Turandot. And it's been arranged for us, an exclusive 4-part arrangement by Richard Gowers, and it is one of the most beautiful pieces I've heard on this channel with this wonderful, wonderful choir. Even in its current state with just 4 singers, it's remarkable. When you have finished learning and recording it, I think we will be able to put it on our greatest hits playlist alongside Quanta Qualia, Let My Prayer Arise, and so many others, but it's going to be very special. So everyone, let's get started, shall we? Can I invite you all, please, to stand up, and we'll have a quick warm-up. And just as I glance at the comments, it's just lovely to see so many people joining us. Hello to Jenny. Hello to Mary. Hello to Rosalind. Hello, all of you. I'm so looking forward to teaching this music to you this week. So if you are able to stand this morning, just plant those feet a shoulder's width apart. That's great. Make the knees nice and soft. And just start to take some nice deep breaths in and out. And those of you who are seated this morning, it's absolutely fine. People sit in opera choruses all the time, often sort of draped on some sort of ornamental rock made of papier-mâché, or perhaps on a bench that's been hastily made by a techie or something like that. So we're all standing on a great big stage, and I want you all, as you're taking your nice deep breaths in and out, to direct your breath up to the cheap seats, everyone, to the seats right at the back of the Choir of the Earth Theatre, which for our purposes holds thousands and thousands of people. Generally speaking, when you're in a theatre, when you look to the very back, you'll see the lights of the exits. Just at the very back, you may even see a little booth at the back with a couple of people with headphones on, frantically running the sound desk. That's where you direct all of your sound. So as we're taking a nice deep breath in, we're going to to breathe up and away from us. Nice deep breath and fantastic. You have to work a little bit harder with opera to get the sound out from underneath that archway, the proscenium arch, which will eat up all of your sound, so a little bit more attack than we normally would for choral singing. Another nice deep breath and wonderful, wonderful. Roll your shoulders round a little bit, everyone. That's great. And then roll your shoulders forwards, please. Fabulous. And then bring your shoulders up to your ears, everyone. And a deep breath and let your shoulders fall and relax. Great. And just roll your head around. Stretch these muscles out. Excellent. Now, a couple of additional warm-ups for opera, because we need to have a very, very limber and lithe jaw, particularly when we're singing in Italian. And so I'm going to take my headphones off for this. Those of you that were on Opera Course 1 will remember these particular exercises. We're going to start by just rubbing our jaw. Start just by your ears and just rub along, all the way along your jawline, to the front and then back again. And then using your thumbs gently underneath, just massage the underside of your mouth, particularly focusing on the middle where your tongue, actually, the root of your tongue is. So just rub along here. Good, 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 good. And then just move your mouth around like you're a cow chewing the cud. And the other way. Lovely. And now we're going to relax the jaw. I'm just going to shake our head. So the jaw is just going to rock side to side. Apologies if you've got anyone else in the room as you do this. We're going to go. And with me. And. Very good. Very, very good. This will form part of the essential warm-ups for all of the sessions this week. Just be ready. And the other thing we're going to do is just a couple of lip trills. We don't generally do these in our choral warm-ups, though I really do recommend them highly for those of you that want to improve your sound placement, want to bring the sound. Perhaps you have a tendency to swallow your sound. This will bring it up and into the more resonant parts of your head. And so what we do, if you just start by bringing your lips almost together, and we're just going to make the lips just flap. So you need to have a relaxed center to your lips, but slightly tighter at the side. Like that. With me, and very good. Takes a bit of practice, can be a bit messy. Apologies if you have to subsequently wipe your screen down. Let's try it again. Ready? Nice deep breath, and very good indeed. We'll put some notes to that now. Well, first of all, actually, let's start off with a nice, rich hum. Here is our acoustic, and we'll hum together. Here we go. Lovely. We want a really quite a rich hum, okay? Quite buzzy up here in the sinuses. Bring it forward, upper semitone, and upper semitone. And now let's lip trill on the next note, and semitone. One more. Lovely. Now, you might discover, as happened with me there, that partway through your lips just go, nope. And it turns into an ooh. That's absolutely fine. And remember, this just takes practice. If in doubt, you can start them again. And it very much bears repetition. The more you lip trill, the better it gets. Now, let's do a couple of... let's sing Vincerò, Vincerò, and again, Vincerò. One more. Vincerò. Oh yes. Pinafore. And again. Pinafore. Excellent. And now. Fa la la. And one more. Fa la la. Excellent. I think that will suffice for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to begin with the Lord High Executioner by Gilbert and Sullivan. And again, I know that GNS is one of those styles that for a lot of people it's not really their cup of tea. But I would say to you, if you ever get the opportunity to sing in a Gilbert and Sullivan production, take it. It is just the greatest fun. I didn't particularly like the idea of GNS until I took part in a come and sing performance of Trial by Jury. And I thought, oh, musically it's a bit sort of chocolate box. That's what I thought. And then I found myself roaring with laughter at the jokes. And then the music kind of made more sense. And it's the same with all of these pieces. Taken out of context, they're great fun and a great entertainment. But if you ever get the chance to be in the Mikado, not just going to watch it, to actually be in it, it is just so much fun. Now, this is from Act 1. This is where the Lord High Executioner comes out. And this is one of those great Gilbert and Sullivan introductions. You get these. The Pirate King has one of them in the Pirates of Penzance. The Lords in Iolanthe have a brilliant march. And this is another one of these kind of military marches, actually. A great big gruff sound from the tenors and basses, and you expect this Lord High Executioner to come out and be this big terrifying character, and actually he's a little bit more like this, taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances. You know, he's not the kind of character you expect, which is where a lot of the fun from GNS comes. Now, we will be learning the tenor and bass chorus parts only for this. The solo in the middle is sung by yours truly, and we won't be learning that part. It's the tenor and bass chorus, and so when it's all put together, I'm so looking forward to it. We haven't sung together with me on the solo line and the rest of you singing those parts, I believe, since the Three Kings in Christmas 2020. So we can have a lot of fun with this. This is a marvellous performance by the London Festival Opera. The singers are fantastic. Christopher Gould on his Steinway is an absolute master. So let's enjoy our first piece today. And of course, ladies, if you would like to sing along, you're very, very welcome to. But remember, it's at tenor and bass pitch. Here is Behold the Lord High Executioner.
Behold the Lord High Executioner, a personage of noble rank and title, a dignified and potent officer, whose functions are particularly vital. Defer to the Lord High Executioner. Defer to the noble Lord, to the noble Lord, to the Lord High Executioner.
Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances, liberated then on bail, on mere recognizances, wafted by a favouring gale, as one sometimes is in trances, to a height that few can scale, save by long and weary dances. Surely never had a male, under such like circumstances, so adventurous a tale, which may rank with most romances.
Chorus.
Taken from the county jail by a set of curious chances. Surely never had a man so adventurous a tale.
Defer to the Lord High Executioner. Defer to the noble Lord, to the noble Lord High Executioner. Bow down to the Lord High Executioner.
Isn't that marvellous? Those wonderful singers from London Festival Opera. Christopher's playing is just amazing. And to say I had fun recording that one, I'm sure you can imagine why a musical director would quite like the idea of everyone bowing down and deferring. Oh my goodness, that's going to be such a lot of fun, and I really would love it if as many of you as possible. I know it goes low for the ladies, but do consider coming along and recording a 10 alto part for that. Some of you sops as well, because it is such fun. And yeah, frankly, I quite like the idea of the whole choir bowing down. Cheers. Now, from the ridiculous to the sublime, everyone. In fact, to the tragic. This is With Drooping Wings, the final chorus in Henry Purcell's Dido and Aeneas. And Dido is one of those operas, again, if you ever get the chance to be part of it, whether it's a come and sing, whether it is an online rendition, whether it is a full performance of it, you will never forget Dido and Aeneas. It is a short opera, it's only an hour long, and all of the characters, all the characterization is unbelievably clever and forward-thinking and advanced in a way that really only Purcell can achieve. And this is the movement that follows on from Dido's Lament, that beautiful "When I am laid in earth," and she dies and the orchestra weeps, and then the chorus comes in with this line, "With drooping wings," and you can see the direction of all of these lines is down. Everything is down as everyone, as the angels themselves, cry. And this is a gorgeous rendition. There is a little bit of what's called the ritornello, which is the instrumental link between Dido's Lament and this, and then we come in with Drooping Wings. Note it repeats, and so we sing from page 9 in the score pack through to 11, and then we sing it again all the way through. So here is everyone. I think definitely tissues at the ready with Drooping Wings. Here we go. absolutely stunning, stunning music by Henry Purcell. What a change from the first piece in the pack. And again, that piece sounds superb, sung by a quartet, but it's going to sound astonishing when it's sung by all of us. Now, I have to say, as we go through, I noticed a couple of little discrepancies between the score in our score pack and the recording. This often happens, as you know, in any setting, whether a digital choir or a face-to-face opera company. And so I'll just ask you to make sure when you come along to your sessions that we have pencils at the ready or a way of marking up your digital score, and we'll make sure that what we sing is the same as on that wonderful recording. But for those of you that have never sung it before, what a treat. It really is stunning. Now, speaking of stunning, let's have a look at the big number for this week. And we always try and include in each of these summer school weeks something really substantial that is going to stand out, almost a flagship piece. And well, this is definitely, it's either it or it certainly partners very well with Nessun Dorma. This is the Easter hymn from Cavalieria Rastakana, that wonderful, wonderful opera from the very, very end of the 19th century, very much as the Italian opera style had evolved massively, and this was kind of the pinnacle, really, of that romantic Italian movement. It was so successful, this particular opera, that on its first performance, Mascagni was invited to give 40 curtain calls, 40 curtain calls. They absolutely loved it, and it's a really lovely story. I say lovely story, it's full of murder. But it has so many gorgeous musical moments. The intermezzo from this is, of course, very, very well known, and this is a wonderful, wonderful part of it. Now, you see in the score, we haven't recorded the absolute entirety of it because it is a huge, huge work. If we had done, if we'd included the very opening of this, we'd have done very little else this week. So we start part way through the Easter hymn. You hear the organ part, and then in come the sopranos. Now, we will be working hard on the Italian for this, but what you'll see is actually an awful lot of this just repeats. And it was the same with the Verdi we did last year, and that quite a lot of this just is the same again and again. The other thing to note is that quite a lot of the music repeats as well. Now, one thing to point out in this, we originally intended to just do the main chorus parts. And as we just flick through the pack, if you look on the second page of the Easter hymn, page 13 in the score pack, you'll see that the choir in the church, the chorus in the church, the coro interno, has been crossed out. Well, we are going to do it. I was listening to all this yesterday, getting it ready, thinking it really does miss that internal choir if it's not there. And so we've been working hard behind the scenes. There is a new version of this track coming, which we'll be looking at on Wednesday and Thursday. That's going to be our Italian days. So we'll be working today and tomorrow on the English pieces. That's the Purcell and the GNS. And then Wednesday and Thursday will be the Mascagni and the Puccini. And so there will be a choir of Bens singing in the coro interno, which we will be recording as well. So this is an absolutely gorgeous piece. Soaring Beauty, wonderful, wonderful music. Do enjoy. Let's have a look at this marvellous Easter hymn. Here we go. Go.
Inneggiamo al Signor.
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 Inneggiamo al Signor. Inneggiamo al
How about that? A real contrast to the two we've had already so far, but wow, what a tune. And I'm sure you've heard that at some point. It's on Classic FM every 5 minutes, and from our point of view, all of those interweaving lines, well, you'd need an enormous chorus to sing that normally, but of course we can sing as many parts as we like. We will be doing the offstage chorus, which weren't in that recording, the Alleluia, Alleluia, and we're going to treat those parts as a choir, if that makes sense. We'll be learning the majority of this as an opera chorus, which is much more declamatory, much more in your face, if you like, a bigger sound, and then we will be singing sort of think of it as a cappella wonders 2.5, that little bit in the middle, okay? The Alleluia, which you didn't hear on that recording. The Choir of Bens have recorded it. You'll be working on those on Wednesday and Thursday this week, and just imagine the enormity of that sound when it's all mixed together. Whew. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, lots of you are going, I'm lost, this is really hard to follow. We'll take it step by step, everyone. We'll learn our way around this particularly tricky bit of writing. It's just a matter of marking up your scores. So again, in addition to your pencils, if you could make sure you've got a highlighter as well, I think that would be a good idea. Now, let's press on, because we have a short and sweet movement coming up. Three Little Maids from School. Now, this score that we've got has all the notes, but it doesn't have all the instrumental bits marked in. So as we go to learn this, I'll be letting you know how many bars you should count, and of course I'll bring you in at the right spot. One particular point to be careful of is in between the second and third page of the score. So between 33 and 34, there are 6 bars of instrumental. So just be ready for that. But here is Three Little Maids from School. There is an introduction. Here we go. This one is sops and altos only.
Three little maids from school are we, but of a school girl where can be, filled to brim with girlish glee. Three little maids from school, every day is a source of fun. Nobody's safe, for we care for none. Life is a joke that's just begun. Three little maids from school.
That's more instrumental here, and
Three little maids who all unwary come from a lady's seminary, free from genius tutelary. Three little maids from school, three little maids from school.
and then
One little maid of bright and young, two little maids in attendance come, three little maids in the total sum. Three little maids from school. From three little maids take one away, two little maids remain and they won't have to wait
lot of fun. And honestly, ladies, you will really, really love it. The score's not great. After this, we will be having to learn from this one this morning, Sops, but we will find a better score that's got all of the right bars and so on, because this is missing out, unfortunately, quite a lot of the rest. So leave that one with us. We will learn the notes from it this morning, and it's quite easy to follow. I'll bring you in, but we will update the score pack on that one, I think. Mark, if you can have a little look for perhaps a replacement whilst we're rehearsing this morning, that would be really, really helpful. But as I say, huge amounts of fun. And I remember when I was director of music at a school which had recently changed status to become an academy, and as an all-girls academy, I had my sixth formers come out and sing, "Three little maids who all unwary come from a ladies' academy." Only one person laughed in the audience. It was the headmaster. But anyway. Now, next in the pack, everyone. Next in the pack is Nessun Dorma. We're going to skip this one, and we're going to come back to it. We're going to have a look at I Am the Very Model of a Modern Major General. And this one, again, is a bit of Gilbert and Sullivan. Quite often you get these fast movements in GNS. They're what's known as a patter song. The point is that they're extremely fast. It's much more of a speech than it is an aria. It's not to say you don't get beautiful arias and beautiful tunes in GNS, but something like this is mainly designed to show off the talents of a particularly good wordsmith. And in this case, we have the amazing Philip Blake-Jones, who is who's been working so brilliantly with us on this course. Thank you so much, Philip, for wrangling all of these amazing singers. You know, opera singers, talk about herding cats. He's done a brilliant job to get so many of them together and singing so beautifully for us. And he has recorded the solo for this. We will not be singing the Major General's part, everyone. Now, if you would like to sing along with it, you're very welcome to, but you will need to put your teeth in, because my goodness me, what a lot of words. We will be coming in at all of the chorus interjections. And so that's the "with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse" bits. Okay, and more on this as we go. We'll be learning this in all our rehearsals this week, because this is one that we will sing together. All right, so as you look through, you'll see the Major General's part. When it branches out into chorus, we're taking those lower parts, and otherwise we're not singing the modern Major General's part, in case that's put anyone off. Just note the first verse repeats. So you've got the first verse, then you've got the second verse, and the third verse continues on page 46 of the score. So here we go, everyone. Philip's done a marvellous job here. Here is the I Am the Very Model of a Modern Major General. Here we go.
I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England and I quote the vice historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations with the simple and quadratical. About my normal theorem I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and unimaculous. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's answer Caradox. I answer hard acrostics, I've a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in elegiacs all the crimes of Heliogabalus, in conic sight and flaw peculiarities parabolous. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardals and Zophanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for, and whistle all the S from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus' uniform. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general.
In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a mouse or rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm aware yet, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learnt what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy, you'll say a better Major General has never sat a G.
You say a better Major General has never sat a G. You say a better Major General has never sat a G. You say a better Major General has never sat a G.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventury, has only been bumped down to the beginning of the century, but still in matters vegetable, animal and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
Still in matters vegetable, animal and mineral, he is the very model of a modern Major General.
Oh my goodness me. What a gorgeous performance by Philip. Lovely, lovely humour and brilliantly done. It's not an easy piece, that. When I can, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell at sight a mouse and rifle from a javelin. I mean, it's tricky words. If you ever want to do a bit of work in your diction, sing along with that. And of course, the chorus parts, well, they're relatively straightforward to learn, but they will take a little bit of practice, particularly getting those syllables out in time. So we will all be working on that one this week, and what a lot of fun we're going to have. Now, that brings us to the last piece in the pack. It's actually the penultimate piece in the pack, but this will be the last piece in the performance, because to my mind there is no greater end to a piece of operatic writing than Nessun Dorma from Turandot. If you don't know the opera, well, it is an absolute delight from start to finish. This piece has transcended the art form. It's gone beyond opera. It has entered the zeitgeist. It's entered our culture. It's associated with so many essential images. Those three tenors standing on stage, all singing it together, as well as the association with football. I mean, just huge crowds of people singing this. And all you need to do is to play the opening of it, and people will start humming along. Now, I am one of those people who, for years, hummed along to it, but didn't really know the words. And this is one of the joys, I think, of this fantastic choir, is by the end of this, not only will we have sung a beautiful, custom-made arrangement for us, but we'll be able to sing along when we listen to Pavarotti, and we'll know all the words. How about that? So this absolutely stunning performance. I genuinely believe you could put just this track out as a commercial track, and Classic FM would want to play it because it is glorious. Richard Gower's arrangement of Puccini's Nessun Dorma, None Shall Sleep, with Christopher Gould playing his wonderful Steinway piano, and the singers of the London Festival Opera. Here is, everyone, our finale, Nessun Dorma. Enjoy.
Nella tua fredda stanza
think we all need the hankies ready for that one, ladies and gentlemen. What a lineup. What an amazing performance at the end there. Do you see what I mean? You could put that out on any classical radio station and play it all day, and people would still be ringing up saying, oh, you play that nice choral version of Nessun Dorma for me, please. With the amazing Christopher Gould on his wonderful Steinway, the soloists of the London Festival Opera, led by Philip Blake-Jones. That is our team for this week. That incredible arrangement by Richard Gowers. Well, let's just say we do give you some nice music to sing, don't we, everyone? And I know there's some high notes. He's given us some, top F sharp for the basses and the altos. We'll see what we can do about that at that point, everyone. Those of you second basses, second altos, looking at that with the same way that a slightly out of shape mountain climber might look at Mount Everest. All will be well. We will have fun regardless. And whatever we have to do to get everyone up there, we will do it. In the meantime, everyone, I hope you've enjoyed this launch session. Everything, as I say, from high comedy to tragedy, soaring religious ecstasy, to the greatest piece of operatic music ever composed, all in a week, and only here with Choir of the Earth. So I'm so looking forward to starting work in just a few minutes on the soprano parts. As I've said, we will look at English music first, so it'll be Purcell and Gilbert and Sullivan today and tomorrow, and then Italian music, the Puccini and that wonderful Mascagni on Wednesday and Thursday. And do enjoy the week. Of course, we'll all be together again on Friday, but you are more than welcome. In fact, you are strongly and cordially invited to come along to as many sessions as you are able. We love seeing you, and of course, it's always good for you to know what other parts are doing, just in case you feel like recording one of their lines as well. So I will see you in just a few minutes, everyone. Those of you in the soprano line, I'll be up at about 5-2. Because obviously I've got to go and grab a drink and get ready because we've got an epic session this morning, and then the basses this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it, folks. Remember, if you've not yet signed up, still plenty of time to do so. We would love to have you on this course, and I'm sure you'd love to be part of it as well. Take care. Vincero, everyone. We shall win, and we shall sing. Take care. See you soon, folks. Bye-bye.